I'm hearing one side of a conversation.
Yeah, listen, you can tell by the way that I'm responding that the conversation is not going in my favor.
I never expect it to. Let's just be honest. All right, we have everybody who's going to be here. Yeah. Boop. All good blips. Bradley, we good to go on your AV situation?
Should be.
Alright.
Oh yeah, shit, are we streaming?
Yeah, about to.
He's always streaming.
Not always. I had like 5 games cat.
Even when his games aren't running, he
Vine.
just streams the channel.
Yep.
Yeah, I had like 5
All our
opportunities this last
conversations,
week
no.
to stream, and everything got canceled.
Oh, I wish I could run my fan, but it would drown you guys out. Yeah, so bringing us back to where we were several weeks ago, after some technical difficulties and eventually giving up. You all have made a plan to infiltrate the home of... Oh man, my notes are too long now. Okay, so this rich elven collector named Endikar de Lesbos is throwing a party tonight. I think you guys collected everything and just had a nice evening last time we were wrapping. You have your forged invites in hand, and are basically just killing time until the party this evening at 6-ish, when it starts to get rolling. Your target is a Caliphan Egret. Did you guys get a description of what you were looking for? I think somebody did research, right?
Yeah, hang on. I did. Let's see. One-shot note. It's a dark onyx bird statue that's looks similar in style to Native American totem.
Cool. Good.
Yeah, that's right. I took some fucking notes.
I'm impressed, son.
Yeah, that's right. Be impressed.
Damn!
Damn!
I have a tiny Asian female coworker that is learning fun English phrases in addition to regularly being able to speak it. Her latest
bitch.
Awesome colloquialism is "Damn, son!"
Damn, son! First of all, that's funny. Second of all, I just realized that something else that's funny. In my one-shot notes, I was trying to create a line so I could start adding more notes, and I realized I can't because I'm not the owner of the note.
Where are you making notes?
I make notes.
Like, what were you? How?
I can't make the note because I'm on my lap. I'm on my laptop. Make the note because I'm on my so I'm somebody different. So I'm somebody different. Hi, my name is
stealing other
Nick.
people's laptops.
Hi, my name is Nick, but I play as both. I think Alucard is the other name. It's either Iguana Flames or Alucard, and then also Dick McGee.
Oh, hold on.
There's Az.
Yeah, I made my name Dick McGee. Pretty classy. That's I use that name whenever I play Agario. Or Agar.io, however you pronounce it. That's a fun one.
What is it supposed to be? It's your name.
Yeah, that is my name. Thank you.
Hey, what's up?
Yes.
I was half expecting the at for me. I actually completely forgot.
I directly DM'd you, so I assumed that would ping you.
Well, I guess it didn't.
No, that's Az's clone.
I guess it didn't ping me.
Oh, that's crazy. You have 2 notes from me.
No, I see them now.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to join the regular server, I can clear out owner on this character and you can hop in.
Not a fan of pre-mades, but I'll go with it. The one
I know.
shot. I need it. It's a one shot, and that's all I got.
Well, from my recollection, you haven't played D&D on this line in like 3 months. So.
Damn,
What do you
it's
mean?
been long.
Like, I don't know if you're playing in other games, but yeah, it's been a while because we've had at least a month trying to make this one happen, and I know you took a while off earlier.
I've been in a bad place.
No, I get it, man. I'm not like trying to give you shit. I'm just saying, like, it's
No,
been
I
a long
haven't
time.
played-
Don't you just want to come play?
I haven't played in forever. Sorry. I haven't played with anybody in forever.
Oh man, yeah. Step back in. Find your feet.
You know, this sounds so salty about it.
It was supposed to be encouraging.
Whoa. Hey everybody, let's all just be friends here, okay? Let's just be
I'm
friends.
trying to join, but it's like being.
Are you do you have the latest update?
Yep.
Okay.
Not being particularly nice. Give me a second if I can figure this shit out. Cannot connect the host. This one?
There you are.
Well, if I'm there, I'm not there on my end.
Give it a sec. I just realized I didn't give you anything. Shoot.
But no, I've kind of just been by myself. Wrong character. Don't need that one. Free definition it. No.
Yeah, I forgot to give you. Pick a weapon, sir.
I did not mean to pick that character. Can you undo
Oh, that's
it?
fine. How do you
Right click on portrait.
and just clear owner or?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. You'll have to give it back to me later.
Yeah, that'll be easy. What weapon do you want your character to have?
Maul.
Cool. Where's your character sheet? There it is.
Screenshot of vodka.
Wow, I'm hearing some weird stuff over there.
I don't even want to know.
No,
Nick's
we're
visiting
looking at-
Emily right
We're
now,
looking at
and
memes, bitch.
yeah. Bradley, quick
Nick
question.
sounds quite a bit
Do
different.
what?
Yeah, 'cause I'm using my phone.
Any of the, or what am I trying to find? The starting kit for any character. Do you know what those are called in the inventory list or the item list?
Packs.
No. Oh, packs.
Yeah, like Explorer's Pack, Dungeon.
Got it. Cool.
So just type in pack and it'll bring them all up.
Cool.
Not that it matters. I just know what's in them, so I could have just used it. But
Yeah, just in case. Cool. So that means.
too much of a no
Yep.
life. Might have been 3 months, but that memory's just stuck in my head.
Okay.
Can't
I'll
believe I've been gone
clear.
for 3 months.
I think it's. Well, wait. So it's almost October, September, August, July. Maybe we last gamed in July. Maybe I overshot.
Hey, you guys had a lot of cancellations in your games, even without me being involved.
Yeah. There were some gaps. Okay, so that guy should be available to you to grab.
Okay. Okay, I got it.
Okay, so to give you a bit of rundown here really quick, you guys are all in the southern port city of Nisthay, which, if you look in your maps, I think I've already shared the city map.
Yes.
It's basically built into a large natural bay with really high cliff walls. So a lot of the city was built up like from the edges out over the water. So there's like this huge spread of like wedges of the city that have canals running between them. And there's big trade here in the blue quartz that's mined out of the nearby caves. It's also regular like fishing hub and trade port with the southern continent. You guys are all kind of ne'er-do-wells from different parts of the city or different backgrounds, but you work with a fence down in. I need to find the map. Maps.
Okay, so you chose Berserker. Okay. Got it.
Yeah, it's just a straightforward.
Yeah, no, I just making sure I found out which one.
Yep. So yeah, you want. Where do I drop this? How do I
I
just...
played a Barbarian second, so...
There we go. So that's the map of the city that we're working with here. You guys work with...
No, I don't want to.
By the way, I don't have to fucking make myself feel horrible at work tomorrow, because I don't work tomorrow for one.
Whoa!
Yay.
That never happens.
Wait, did you get the day off or did you lose your job?
No, I got the day off.
Okay, good.
No losing job.
Oh.
Where... Sorry guys, I'm digging through... Okay, yeah. Memes are funny. Uh-oh! Mimi, you fell off the game.
Oh.
No, yeah, that's her laptop.
It says my
Yeah.
speed 30, but like I remember it's at 40 actually.
Oh yeah, I was dropping stuff in at the last second. If you want to change that, it's fine.
Yeah, I can fix
I'm
that.
gonna do the same thing. Let me set my display to not turn off.
So your crew works as kind of gophers, not necessarily wet work, but theft, information gathering, roughing some people up sometimes if there's money in it. You work for a half-orc gentleman that thinks pretty highly of himself, goes by the name of Rescal.
Okay.
He sends you meet down in the waste docks, which is an area of the city that's kind of more of the slums. They dammed up one of the canals in the city because it was causing damage in the cliff face that it was supporting one of the richer districts. It was just kind of eroding over time. So like, nope, let's just dry this up. And so as a result, that's like where everybody's built like the cheapest possible housing, and it's all stacked on top of each other and all kinds of fun stuff. So you guys run odd jobs for him. He found this great job that came across his desk, kind of film noir style. This tall drink of water, a rich lady from one of the fancy houses in the city asked him to acquire an artifact known as the Caliphan Egret, which your friend Seth here did some research to discover. I think it was Seth. Seth had the notes anyway. Should be what looks like a squat, condensed black onyx bird statue, kind of similar to like what you might see on a Native American totem kind of build. And there is a party going on at a collector's house, an elven gentleman by the name of Endikar Delespis up in the Opal Terrace. He has a whole collection of new artifacts that he recovered from a dig somewhere, and that is supposed to be one of them. And he's throwing a party tonight. You guys went and acquired copies of the invitation to get into the party through one of your contacts in the waste docks, a very opulent dwarven gentleman by the name of Posh, who knew some people who could do forgeries. Paid a pretty penny to get that done, and I'm just gonna cut some corners and say you guys paid a little bit more money to grab another one, just in case. So, as you guys are talking that evening, a tall, unarmored, shaven head, Goliath friend of yours that you've worked with on occasion, goes by the name of Mono, walks up, apparently having received the invite a little late.
Ah, yes, Mono. So good of you to finally join.
Here.
I was afraid you weren't going to get my message.
Out of character. I'm trying to think.
Oh yeah, Seth is an asshole, by the way.
Which you know this, because you guys have all worked a fair number of jobs together. Oh, I forgot to tell you.
You know what's funny? I like
for
the
it.
concept you come up with for the character, but it's harder than actually speaking in sentences, so I'm gonna try.
Good luck. Anyway, I forgot to tell you, you guys are kind of at the bottom of Rescal's choice list. I would say you're like, how do we put it, guys? It was
Great barrel.
It was like the guy, like he would have sent his cow, but his cow was like gone or something like that.
No, he would have sent the cook, but we owed the cook money for the cow that you guys somehow got killed.
Yeah.
No, it's more mystery men than A-team.
Yeah.
You're the demon.
Okay.
Yeah, we each have our downsides. Like, you know, some of us don't have any sense of when enough is enough, and we'll burn down entire forests.
Some of us still.
We won't name names.
Some of us
Oh,
are
yeah.
just like really shitty at our jobs.
So as you look around the crew, you remember all of these things about your friends. We've got Shriek, who is a disgraced former mercenary, just finding work where he can now. He used to work for the Damascus Hounds, which is a common military outfit here in the city. And you've also discovered that's the same outfit that has been paid to help defend the mansion where the party is being run. So they're kind of working the security detail. You look over at your friend Marius, or your acquaintance Marius, who is in a wheelchair. Adrian, the tiefling, with her wolf companion, which, oh crap, I'm gonna need to drop in a wolf somewhere. Okay.
Oh
What was
shit!
the-
I have a summons. Not that it matters right now, but
Yeah, no, that we'll figure that out whenever you get a chance to use it. And yeah, Seth, who's just kind of a
asshole wizard.
So that was your specialization?
Yeah, exactly. I specialized in asshole wizardry.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
It's a special kind of evocation.
It is.
So you all have never heard Mono speak more than one word in response to anything.
So he's monosyllabic.
Yeah, but
Oh,
that's
that
too many
was-
syllables, so he just goes by Mono.
That does make sense.
It was more a name kind of given to him, and he was just like, or by, the rest of you, and he was just like, meh. Works.
He didn't care enough to try and like argue it or anything.
No,
No.
he has a background doing gladiatorial work, and decided to change
Literally
his
just a muscle, I
career.
guess.
That sounds like the concept of a game we were supposed to play tomorrow, but we're not going to be able to. It's called The Land of Og, and the group of players pick 17 words. I believe it's 17 that you can use.
Oh, no.
And that's it. That's all the words you can use for conversing.
What
You're like
the fuck?
cavemen.
Wow.
That's so ridiculous.
So in that case, Seth would like to change his greeting. He'd like to add to his greeting, and he'd like to say, "I hope you found us all right."
Yes.
Ah, yes, a man of few words.
Shriek just kind of looks over to you. Why are you talking so funny? Seth, not Mono.
Oh.
I know.
That's
what I was thinking in the back of my head.
I look at Shriek and I say, Because you need to process what it is I say in that tiny little brain of yours.
He hears fine. He's followed directions for, like, months.
Oh, no, Shriek. I was talking about you.
Yep. Just gives you the finger guns.
The finger gun.
I don't know what I'm actually doing with my fingers. I've never seen a gun.
What does Adrian say? Alright, Adrian is doing something else right now. I don't know what she wants to say.
Damn it, I said that she's yelling in the background saying burn.
Oh, she's yelling from the background saying burn.
Does your mic work, maybe?
No,
I would say she's got a phone.
hers
Why don't
does,
she use the app?
but if she turned hers on... Well, the thing is, if she turned hers on, then you guys would hear us echo. Because it would come through both of our...
I thought you both had push to talk.
No, hers is push to talk. I just kept missing the push button and kept having full-on sentences without pushing the button.
So it's Pepsi. ID10T error.
So, but now she's back now, so we will, from this point forward, you will be able to hear her through my headphones.
Oh no, he picked the difficult fighter.
What?
I'm just looking at Josh's character sheet here. He did the fighter class that has all like the special moves.
Battlemaster?
Yeah.
If you have questions, just ask me.
So
he
you
made-
need me to run it or something?
Because I've played a few Battlemasters.
You know, Bradley, if you're up for 2 characters,
I mean, I don't want to roleplay it, but I've run it mechanically if it needed.
If
I'd run
Ashley
it if I
wants
was
to do
at
it,
home
he
and
can.
had my
If not, I will.
massive
I'm easy.
widescreen.
I don't want to.
I don't care.
I don't mean this as a slight. I don't want to overload you if you're jumping in at the last minute.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't care who gets it. I'm just saying
don't
if you
either.
need. I was saying it before he started. I was gonna say, before he even started, I was already gonna say if you need somebody to run it mechanically, I would have.
I tell you what.
If you
Right
want to
now,
have somebody that
nobody
can
owns him.
converse More.
What?
I'll tell you what. I don't want him.
Yeah,
so
I'm
if-
okay with him getting.
If Mono has, it's going to be tougher for him to speak with Mono than he can take the other character. So when he needs to say something more elaborate, he can speak through that character. If you want to ask.
I honestly, I just left him open. Whoever wants to grab him.
My problem with that is, I'm gonna have fun playing with just the character who says one word.
Okay. So do you want him or you want me to grab him?
You grab him this time.
Which dude is this Shriek?
Yeah.
The only reason why I was suggesting me was because I have a very easy to mechanically play character. That's
He's got all his
reason.
notes written down in there too.
What? I wonder. I'm curious to hear what maneuvers he went.
They're listed in his notes, I think.
I'm looking through stuff. He didn't have them coded in or anything.
Oh, he didn't drag code in.
Yeah.
You don't need that. We're doing a one shot manually.
Yeah, if I just gotta put some numbers into some places, I don't really care.
Yeah, it's a one
So-
shot.
Sweeping attack, distracting strike, parry riposte, rally, lunging attack, commander strike. That sounds like a lot, though.
I don't. Let me think. I'm remembering how much they get.
I think you start out with 4, but can't remember on the level ups.
Yeah, he's up to level 8, so
You learn 3 at level 1, if I remember correctly. You learn 2 at 7th level. And 2 at 10th level. And 2 at 15th. So,
Yeah,
what
2
level
extra.
are we? We're level 8, so yeah, he would have 2 extra. So you'd have 5.
alright, well. Anyway.
He went the good one, so.
You've all convened. Folks went and did some research with their free time. Marius made a connection at the library that got a bookstore, I think, in the Temple Stair. that. Oh, sorry. Yeah, let me give you just a little bit more context for like positioning and stuff. You guys are down in the waste docks. The rock wharf is where all the quarrying stuff happens and comes out and gets shipped out. The temple stair is like this long, that pink section on the map. Oh, he is missing the combat tracker. I'll fix that. That actually starts at sea level. The cliff sides around the entire bay are like 200 to 300 feet tall. But where the temple stair meets the shipyards, that's actually down to the water level. So it's this long, like winding set of stairs, ramps, and just low or slow elevation gain that has all the different temples of the various gods that everyone in the city and people that travel in have either brought or already established in the area. So it's just like kind of the churchy quarter. Stonecutter's Claim is where all the stonework is being processed, all the blue quartz is mined in this cliff area. Royal Quarter is where like the royal grounds are and all the associated like what was I'm looking for? All the bureaucratic stuff happens in there. And then Opal Terrace is like the most expensive neighborhood where everyone has like a nice ocean view. Otherwise, the rest of the city just kind of lives spread out through all of the mess. What else am I forgetting? Everything. Yep. So.
Oh, and as not last weekend, but the weekend before when we did do our first run through, or our first session of this one shot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shriek and Seth both went to. As you're playing Shriek, right?
Bradley is.
No.
Okay, Bradley. Well, anyways, as just for your own reference, because this is something that we obviously would have told the rest of the team as well. But the sewers underneath the what's it called? The upper
Opal Terrace.
The Opal Terrace. Thank you. The sewers seem to be guarded. But fuck, was it a troll?
You saw trolls.
Yeah, we saw trolls, plural. So that would have been something that we'd fill you in on as well in regards to our potential exit strategy.
Okay.
Right. So where the dried up canal meets the cliff face, where everything was starting to erode away, there's actually this kind of natural cavern, and some of the sewer works are exposed if you climb some scaffolding and various things that people have built into the space. And so that's how you guys were able, or a couple of them, not everybody went, just Shriek and Seth went and found one of the exposed sewer network entrances that kind of support the whole upper city.
Okay, good to know.
There isn't really a sewer system down at water level. It's like there's just openings under homes into the water.
That's fine. I'm glad that you gave me an easy to roleplay character for my coming back.
That was the plan.
Coming back. Because
you're jumping into something in the middle, gotta have an easy to drive car.
That and I am out of touch.
No, you're good. So if nobody else has anything they want to do with the day before, I do want to point, who had the note that they overthink everything? Was that Adrian?
What?
Say it again.
Hold on.
Somebody overthinks everything. Is that you? Is that your note that you always overthink things?
Nope. No,
okay.
I misread that.
I have the thing
Sorry,
where...
that's me as a GM.
Thing where he does the thing.
Yeah, I have a thing where I do a thing.
You do.
Yeah.
No.
I just have no restraint.
Nope. I know yours. That was. You're good.
I feel like mine was pretty easy and pretty clear.
Man, why did I feel like I read that?
Say it again. Say it. What was it again?
Oh no, it is. Overthink every option. So, Shriek as Bradley. Something that has dawned on you as you're playing this plan over and over in your head is the slight problem that even though you guys have passes that look legit, and the original didn't have any kind of magic on it, you're walking into a party that is being, the security detail is your former employer. You're pretty sure if you don't take any pains to try and disguise yourself, they're going to recognize you and think this is pretty weird.
Does anybody know how to use a disguise kit? Because my bosses are probably going to recognize me if we go into this place, or my ex-bosses.
And
Fuck.
my dear
Out of
Shriek.
character?
Okay.
You really get me that proficiency?
It came with your background.
Okay. So, in that case... Oh, you went that background. In that case, Mana will say, yeah.
Good, fix me up.
Shriek. To disguise oneself is but another form of weakness. One that even your many
Hold my finger up to his
failures.
lips.
Wait, hang on. I have a thing for this.
How did you manage to get me to 4 charisma? I love it.
I did the 4d6 drop the lowest.
Oh, you rolled. Okay, so, alright. Nice.
I'm gonna cast a fucking spell if I picked it. I don't
Put
think I
mono
picked
in the
it.
combat tracker.
Oh, right. Thank you.
Damn it! I didn't.
That would
I didn't
help
make
if
it.
you want to actually hit.
Or if you want to hit anything else.
Oh,
my
wait.
god. Our one guy
I
has
could mage hand him.
27 HP.
He's the one in the wheelchair.
He managed to get that much of a dump to con.
He's been having some fun getting around the city too, because all the bridges that span the different waterways, they're actually really high arched bridges. So getting up is a little tough, and then going down the other side is a little chaotic.
He's got Popeye arms. He's like little bitty,
Popeye arms?
like spindly legs, but Popeye arms from pushing around.
Is his favorite food spinach?
And that was
Or something
Shriek
that passes
was doing
for
that,
it.
not Marius.
No, is Marius' favorite food spinach?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm saying the doing the thing wasn't Marius.
Right, because we were talking about the wheelchairing,
Yeah,
dude,
we're
not
talking
the
about
But I
not
think
the
I thought he was
shush.
messing with me because he thought I was the one doing the shush thing.
Oh no.
Oh,
I
okay.
just simply I conjure a mage hand that that grabs his hand and moves it away from me.
He can only resist 5 pounds. I got
Do not-
19 strength.
oh yeah. You just feel something tugging on your hand.
You see it like kind of move his lips just a little bit as it just pulls him across.
Brrr.
Alright, I didn't want to cast Thunder Wave, but
Okay, so Mono's using disguise kit to try and disguise Shriek. What are you trying to do with his face?
perhaps less
Just puts a
failure.
bag over it. You're all good. Hey, you guys. It's Chunk.
So I think disguise kit. You use your proficiency bonus.
Isn't that an edited kid
Plus
character?
wisdom
What?
or int.
Who's
Pretty much.
He's Sloth from Goonies.
Well, I would suggest using your wisdom then.
Yep.
So d20 plus proficiency.
So
Okay.
8 plus
11.
11. It's above a 10.
Yeah.
So it's not into the dumpster fire territory. It's just
it's
shit territory.
theater quality mustachioed villain.
This
You-
is why I do not touch Shriek, because his failure spreads like a virus.
So
Hey,
He's-
Seth, full offense, please shut up.
So
wow, that is so rude.
So where before you were kind of clean shaven with the hood up, I'm just going by his character portrait. You now have like Mono's kind of used some spirit gum kind of concoction. You don't really want to ask what it really was to glue like fuzz and fur in places. So now you have like this big bushy mustache, kind of Nick Offerman style, and like a deep like 5 o'clock shadow. Kind of matches your regular hair color, but you figure like maybe if you just don't talk to many people or many specific people, you probably are going to pass visual inspection.
From a distance.
Yeah, like passive perception is probably going to miss you. All right. In that case, we can skip ahead to the next day. You do still have the question of how you're getting yourselves to the terrace, because there's 2 ways up to the upper level in this city. One is the temple stair. The other is a series of steam boiler-driven lifts that actually are placed at the northern end of the merchant quay that require a toll to use. Some of them are more for like the freight elevators of the city that just move goods up and down, and others are for folks with a little bit more money who don't want to travel that far through the city. But that choice being in front of you, as well as any other ways you want to prepare or make your way to the gala, it's happening around 6 o'clock in the evening. So you've still got some fair sunlight, but it's starting to set. I guess it's that time of the year there. And you guys get to pick when you approach, how you approach. That's all up to you guys for planning.
Does anyone have a preference?
So far, what we've established is that you have your invitations.
Yes. Well, I'm going to be a little straightforward here. I am not suited for... I spent so much time... I said that sentence so slow, I forgot what I was going to say.
There's so many things we could put in as an answer.
Oh, wow.
Wait, hang on. It's coming back to me.
Is it really?
Do you got this?
Stop it. Hang on, I'm thinking.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Suited for. I am thinking very hard.
Oh shit, does this thing not come with
Oh,
forcing rage
subtleness.
on you?
Subtlety.
Oh, I
Seth is
played
not
around
subtle.
with creating a rage skill. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, here it
that's
is.
fucking weird that they don't just have that as a spell. That you can
Yeah, I'm surprised. Bradley, I have this effect already built on a different character. How do I just drop it onto his character? Oh, cool. Let me see if this works.
Good, thank you.
So I think you have to target yourself and then cast it.
And luckily, I'm just one level below when you raise the damage, so that works. That actually is correct.
And that doesn't have the... How does Frenzy change that? Because that's just base rage. Is that just your attack speed?
The frenzy. Let me pull it up.
I thought that was reckless.
Yeah, that's reckless. I'm not.
Frenzy, I think, just gives you more attacks, right?
Frenzy gets me. If I want to, I can activate the Frenzy, which basically makes me get extra attack as a bonus action each turn. When the range ends, that's stuff for vulnerable exhaustion. You don't even have to make a macro for that. That's easy to track.
Yeah, we'll keep track of it. It's fine. But that just gives you some shortcuts to make this easier.
Yeah, because that's just so fucking weird. They don't have a whatever.
Yeah, it's a pretty core element of a base character. Seth, have you figured out what's going on in your monologue there?
Yes, I. would like
Why does
to-
it say
I'd like
advantage?
a chance to re-say that brief monologue.
By the way, why does it say friends advantage 5 feet stealth? The friends advantage part.
Because I think something about raging is that you're friends within 5 feet, or if
That's a different sub. That's totem wolf. You can remove that little clause in there.
I don't think I can.
Crap.
Wait, can I?
Yep. You just deleted it. Make sure you remove the other thing so it doesn't.
It doesn't show up in the text. I don't know how to delete it.
Well, it might not do anything, so let it
Yeah,
be.
that should be a no-op.
You can hear.
Okay, cool. The word was subtle. That was the final word of my monologue.
It was so subtle, it disappeared.
Well, as soon as I said I'm not suited, I immediately was like, "Oh, that's the S word." And then when I got to the end, I'm like, "Shit, it was a different S word."
There's so many S words. This is hard, guys.
Yeah.
So here, before you guys go into discussions, I'll just lay out some of the basics that you had in front of you. You've got invitations. You know, it's kind of the circle of individuals that would be invited to this was more like scholars, researchers, people with money. Endikar likes to show off everything he's been able to acquire. So it's people within his research circles, people he's worked with in the archives and the bookstores, and because he's probably trying to get some books out too. Thinks pretty highly of himself as an archaeological expertise, or expert. Sorry. You all did, by the way, go shopping for any kind of outfit you would have wanted to have for this. I know you guys went to Seth had like a robe guy that he was able to suggest.
Yes, Chris.
Because he goes through so many robes. I'm just imagining like a Hulk out scene, but
Imagine a Hulk out scene, but with fire instead of the my body growing like 10 times larger.
Okay. So anyway, you guys all have whatever, and I'll let you retcon if you guys want to make a plan. You have whatever outfit you want to have for this that might help you disguise yourself or look like a certain element of society.
Well, Seth is a known, very well known, not necessarily well liked, but a very well known researcher and magic user within the local scholar, I guess you could say, community. So I think that he could kind of bullshit his way into bullshit his way into saying, "Oh, I'm here as a fellow researcher."
I mean, I think my character just works as a bodyguard.
Yeah, Mono
That just
is my
works.
silent bodyguard.
I mean, it's kind of work.
This guy over here who for whatever reason really likes bacon and looks like Ron Swanson. I don't know who that is. Oh, Is that you? Oh my, how the not so mighty have fallen once again.
So, how do you guys want to go about this?
I would like to walk through the front door. I do have a floating disc I could summon for you. Ah, yes. He's finally found a job that he shouldn't fail at.
So, planning time.
Oh my god.
Alright, so there are 3 guards in the west wing where they are protecting the object. We have done our reconnaissance. Looks like there is a laser grid. And they are indeed lasers that will burn and kill you. They are not just triple arm lasers. So you need to be very, very careful in that room.
Okay, no long jokes. We're trying to get through this.
You're right, I'm sorry.
We're actually trying to get progress.
I mean, do we have any idea as to whether or not it's going to be on is the item itself going to be on display in a room? Is it going to be on display at the main, like at the party?
So all that Rescal was
is he
given.
going to wine and dine everyone, and then we're going to get to go see it in a special room?
You don't have specifics on how the party is run. Actually, does anybody have proficiency in history?
Ooh, I wonder.
Okay, anyone with proficiency in history? Give me a history check.
Yes.
I don't care. You can just show it. I mean, if we were at the table, I'd be asking for it. Oh man, I did a bad job then.
If we were at the table, we would all see it. What you think?
Okay. Yeah, both of you. He's thrown many parties in this city before. He likes to show off what he has collected from various. He goes on well spent excursions to far off places or near places in the northern continent here, and even further off. He's chartered ships before to just find cool archaeological digs. It's more of a casual, hey, everybody, come over, check out how cool my house is, all the nice art on display, buffets, and just kind of wander around and see every new thing I just brought back. So what are you specifically trying to figure out about how he throws his party?
Well, I'm trying to determine where the artifact is going to be. Where I can best assume, is it going to be on full, like you said, if it's going to be, he has all the art just kind of out and about, and you can kind of walk through and just peruse it, while you're mingling?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. See, that's
so
what I was trying to
understand. He's got an awesome estate right up on the cliff. And he's got a courtyard that just looks out over the ocean.
Does he have a garden?
You don't know.
What do you mean I don't know? I know about...
You haven't been there. You just... People talk about his place.
Yeah, so why would I have not heard anyone talk about his awesome garden if he had one?
Because if you approached anyone who was conversing about this and were overhearing and then said, does he have a garden? They'd look at you like, who are you? You don't know if he has a garden. You just know that his house is big, and he thinks
God, I hope he
very
has
I thought half
highly
of
of himself.
I'd like to retcon that the day before I also did some research into the
Yeah.
estate to find out if the estate has a garden.
Can we just not have a prolonged argument and get progress?
We're getting there. This is better than we've been doing for a little while. If you were gonna do research into his estate, I would need like 3 deception checks from you.
Oof, I am -1 in that.
I'm gonna shortcut you here. Give me 1. Let's see
Okay.
how well that goes.
Oh, hey, that actually wasn't the worst.
Okay. How? I mean, you guys kind of went in different directions yesterday. You didn't have a ton of time.
Isn't that utterly ridiculous?
No, trust me. I mean,
how would
I'm
you
asking-
help, Marius? I mean, the only way I can think that you would help him, you would have had to been there and somehow like qualify his requests to get into specific like architectural schematics. Okay, so you managed to kind of wink your way past the initial record clerk at one of the well-known, like, I mean, if you're asking for architectural records for very like well-to-do structures in the city, you're talking to like some very high-up architect firms, which there's only one of in a place like this, in the up in the Stonecutters claim, I think. Or no, you'd be in the Royal Quarter. You'd have had to trek a bit, but you didn't do much yesterday, so we can fit that in. So I need 1 more deception check at disadvantage because you would have been getting into a place that people like specific to the task would have been related to. So you didn't just like set off alarms. But you were politely asked to get your ass out of the building.
Okay.
So all
I
you
just
really
like,
know
was
is
studying
the
flora and fauna. I get it though.
Sure.
You guys are busy.
all you really know is what's been like hearsay about how he's got such a grand estate and the view is awesome and
Okay.
he always shows off everything he finds.
Okay. So going back to us planning this theft, this heist, I would like to make the suggestion that we can split up, and either one of us or a couple of us can cause a distraction elsewhere that will take some of the attention away from the room where all the artifacts are kept, and then we could potentially just make a kind of like a snatch and grab.
I'm not hearing a no.
Me neither. I mean, personally, I would like to just blow the entire estate off the face of this world. But this was the next best option. Yeah. Oh my. Of course. What if is your wheelchair hollow? Like, Could we fashion a compartment into it to hide the artifact in? That will be it. We will cause a distraction. We will. Well, I was about to say swap. We will steal it because I don't believe we have anything that we could replace it with. But we will steal it. We will hide it in Maris's wheelchair, and then we will just vacate the premises. I think it sounds like a grand idea. Well, that's what the distraction would be for. Well, see, I was thinking perhaps a very large fire on the estate grounds. Ooh. Now, how fresh does this corpse have to be? I have one, but it's been dead for 4 days now.
Oh God.
Ah, shit. Well, you see, I was doing an experiment, and I accidentally hit a poor orphaned child. But I didn't want to let, the dangerous kind.
It has a large radius.
Very. But I didn't want to let good research material go to waste.
The DM is perturbed.
I'll tell you what, though. I did save some blood in a vial. Maybe that's still fresh.
I'm going to go die in a hole.
I'd like to check and see. Is there a way for me to check to see if the blood is still good? Oh well, you said
I'm scared. You're gonna have to check that with the dude that knows how to use the blood.
Real quick, if all right, I'll tell you what. Give me half an hour. I'll be right back.
No.
So Brandon, where is what you would say like the slummiest of the slums in the area, like where we are? Like where's someplace I could go where really nobody gives a shit? Like I want to be in and out real quick. Remember, Seth only cares about one thing, and that's power.
I mean, you're in the heart of it, dude. You can find like stacks of shacks that were built into the cavern underneath the terrace. There's most of the residential structures in the docks are made wherever they can fit one in. So you've got larger stone structures and then like small wooden huts built between them. Sometimes it's just, hey, there was a gap and I put up like a pallet board. Mm-hmm. So you've got your carnal buffet set before you.
I'd like to. Are there any beggars on the streets?
Yeah, they actually.
What about in the alleys?
So there's a couple main thoroughfares through the docks.
I'll tell you what, this is what I want to find. I want to find somebody in an alley who is kind of at least alone in this, and that I would, in the situation, I'd be able to kind of like look left and right, like, you know, look both ways before crossing the street, see if there's anyone that would give a shit, and then if there isn't, I'd like to kill whoever this singular man or woman is. Or, oh wait, no, it has to be a corpse. It can't just be blood, right? Like, I can't just be like, hey, I need some of your blood. Like, I have to kill them and then get the blood, right? It's a question for Marius. But so it
or
has to be a
dead.
corpse. Okay,
Does it have to be blood of a dead thing, or can it just be fresh blood?
Okay.
Wow.
You don't need the body, right? Just the blood. Bitchin'. Alright, so this is what I want to do. I want to find somebody, I want to fucking kill them, take some blood, I got an extra vial, fill the vial with their blood after I've killed them, burn the body, no evidence.
God, this got so dark.
So I'm putting a poor beggar out of their misery. If anything, I'm doing the city a service.
Oh my delusional.
Give me an investigation check.
Alright. Investigation. Shit, where is that? Oh shit, I'm proficient in that. Oh!
God.
Wow, with a crit, you found somebody defenseless as fuck.
A crit
So-
plus 8.
Thanks to your crit, your soul is not forever damned, Nicholas. You take a walk down one of the lesser used streets, because there's a couple like actual trafficked roads that come off the bridges down into the waystocks, because there's still various business purposes. I mean, there's some places just, or some shop owners and proprietors just can't afford to own one of the merchant key locations, so they still set up shop down here, down south. You found, or you went to one of the less used streets and then like squeezed your way between two houses that like doesn't even look like an accommodating space, but you know sucked it in and pretended you were thinner and got through. And then found like a long row of just like tiny dilapidated huts, and like there was the smell of like rot is actually coming from this place. Like folks here die and just kind of get forgotten.
Oh shit, yeah, I probably didn't even need to kill anybody.
But you find, because you are all about power and doing things the right way,
Yep.
or you know,
Well,
thoroughly
I need
at least.
to guarantee that the corpse is fresh.
Exactly. So towards the back of the alley on the left, you find a dilapidated hut with a lot of coughing coming from it, and you look in to see a man that's like barely awake, covered in his own filth. Looks like he's about to go out, and fade to black, and you show up with blood.
Yep. Oh, my dear friend. I'm so sorry. But today's your lucky day. I'm here to
Oh no, we
save
already faded
you.
to black. You just show
I know.
back up with the blood.
I'm here to save you, and then it fades to black. Marius, here is fresh blood of a humanoid.
Oh boy. I have no idea what to expect.
No, I do.
Hang on, I am. Let me just make sure real quick. Yes.
By the way, it makes
I
me
am
happy.
chaotic.
Makes me happy to see these things are gonna get used.
Your what were you checking there?
I am chaotic. That's what I was checking.
Yeah, okay. Ah.
By the way, your aunt, I'm glad to see that spell's actually gonna get used. It never does! Moving on.
Sorry, needed coffee.
Needed sanity.
I mean, I had to reach out and drink something after that.
Hey, Brandon. As Nick speaking here, I want to apologize for what I just put you through. But as Seth, you got it. That was pretty incredible.
You're lucky you critted on that one, man. That could have gone real bad. Okay.
Listen, I would have just burned half the city down. It would have been.
I gotta at least get you to. Okay, so Nope. Rocks fall, everybody dies.
God.
So, any. So, as far as I can tell, right now, you guys are just going to roll straight up to the gates,
Yes, that's the entrance plan.
and Marius quite literally.
Well, I'm
I'm
offering up a
rolling,
floating
dude.
disc for him. If he wants to float in on a fucking disc, then that's it. That's an offer.
Okay, so
I guess that's true. Yeah. Yeah. Plus, it gives
I mean-
Seth something to, or not Seth. Sorry, Freak something to do.
I will say that you aren't at full disadvantage here, Marius, because you already had some connections to people that would be in this circle. The question is going to be how you present yourself, because you guys, you were able to have invitations fabricated, but none of them have specific names on them. They were just hand delivered, so people knew where they were going. Okay. And by the way, in case, as if you're wondering, temple stair doesn't mean it's all stairs. Marius can get up them if he needs to. It's like it's lots of it just slowly climbs through a large portion of the city. So there's ramps and walkways and all kinds of
I
stuff.
wasn't gonna say anything.
He just gets to the bottom. No.
I just imagine situation. No, what I imagine, he gets to the bottom. He's like, no, and then my character just lifts him over his head. Just
Oh,
Yep.
well, that was easy. So how are you guys going to get to the Opal Terrace?
Oh yeah, what was the methods of transportation?
So there's a more expensive actual steam-driven lift system at the north end of the Merchant Quay, and otherwise it's just a longer route through the Temple District and then through the majority of the city. You got to arc all the way around to get to the rich neighborhood. Just means you would have to leave earlier, but you guys did most of your prep yesterday, so it really doesn't matter to me. I'm just curious.
When you say an expensive mode of transportation, how expensive are we talking?
So there's like individual costs, or some people just pay for like monthly regular access to the lifts, but they usually have lots of influence and money.
Mm. Man, like I would like to almost try and establish that Seth has access because he once threatened to destroy the whole thing. But
that would get you banned from.
Thinking that isn't going to fly. Instead, Seth is going to say that perhaps a little bit of expense is required.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm happy paying some coin to go up this thing. I mean, if you guys want to just go for a nice stroll, leisurely walk, then absolutely. I don't have any plans for the rest of the afternoon into the evening.
For the sake of brevity, I will point out that you guys did have enough coin on hand, like since we're not like trying to run these characters long term, that taking the lift would be a show of money, and going the other route would just kind of avoid that option.
Mm-hmm. But it doesn't really matter. We still show up one way or the other.
Right, but it's also a question of who, because if you're using the lift, then you're going closer to. Well, that's also a choice of yours. If you're going to show up late, if you're going right when the event starts. But it would be a potential question of maybe running into other potential partygoers, or...
Ooh, that could be good.
I am suddenly really glad I'm playing this character. I don't want to interact. I don't want to interact with. I don't want to interact with this thing over here.
You literally can't talk to people.
It's great.
Seth would love to take the lift.
I just say I don't want to interact with that thing.
Wait, is he referring? Are you referring to me?
Yeah.
What are you talking about, serial killer? I ain't no serial killer.
No, he's just a sick
I'm a
person killer.
researcher.
You-
I'm a researcher, okay?
It's already killed all the puppies in the neighborhood.
You researched the heck out of that sick guy.
I did, yeah. I discovered that there was a sickness, and the
some
best
blood in him.
Yeah, well, and I figured out the best way to cure or get rid of the sickness was to get rid of the person. I killed the sickness, and I also killed the host. So, I believe that we should take the lift. Gives us a little bit of credibility if we happen to mingle with other party goers.
So you guys heading up through the merchant key?
Yeah, we're gonna head up. And
And
unless
are you-
she otherwise tells me no, I'm basically speaking for Emily now as well.
I'm gonna laugh my ass off if she still falls asleep while you're there.
Well, no, she's like laying on me. She's like already almost fallen asleep. She actually did fall asleep like 5 minutes ago, and I have to keep waking her up.
Oh my god.
Fuck off.
She's
You
still
wanted to
awake.
be here!
I was gonna say no.
I made her.
I appreciate it. Okay, so pretty close to when the event is starting. Let's say you guys wait until 5:30 and start heading up. So you reach the lift system at the north end of the Merchant Quay. There's it's actually pretty impressive to look at. There are these large cylindrical brass filigree design around the outside with little bands of the blue quartz that's grown here. Or grown, wow. This mined here. It grew a long time ago. And the lift cylinders themselves have like those old-timey elevator style gates where it's like just a copper work lattice that just moves to the side, and then you've got maybe a 20-foot diameter platform, and the inside is maybe like 15 feet to the ceiling. So it was one of the more opulent displays that the city ever put together. But they figured, hey, if we're going to build this, let's go for broke, and maybe everyone who travels here will talk about it, because it's not the kind of thing you find everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And you can, like, in the distance, you hear like this deep, muffled like sound always going off in the cliff face behind where all the lifts are, where all the actual steamworks and the boilers and everything, the gears are running the whole system, with massive, long, really, like, I want to say 2-foot thick cables that have been wound, hoist these things up and down. And there's like a fancy toll desk in front that is demanding either 20 gold for individual rides, or there's a sign to the side that says, like, for 500 gold you can get a monthly pass. So knowing that you guys were already willing to spend the money, everyone ponies up 20 gold piece. Mono, I didn't give you any, but everyone started with quite a bit of coin. Yes. But
I mean,
I'm gonna
I
say,
feel
since
like
she fell asleep,
between-
Adrian felt like she could cover you.
Yeah, well, Seth will say that in the interest of everybody and of camaraderie, if he'll throw in some extra coin for whoever needs it. I don't know how much Seth has. I think Seth was getting pretty low too. I think I still had a little. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got 90 gold pieces left, so I could cover like one or two other people.
But you're in a short line behind a few folks as different people, filter their way onto the lift. It comes down to rest. You hear this the low of the platform finally resting into the. I'm going to say platform too many times. It rests into the bowl because it's kind of rounded on top and on bottom, where you're then able to approach up the ramp and go in through the gate. There's maybe 10 other people on the lift with you. Some look like dignitaries that had been, tallying things down in the merchant section. You see a couple more well-dressed folks, elderly, and then one or two, again, well-dressed, young. There's like a dark-skinned or tan-skinned elven woman. There's a human male. Also looks like he's not had to really work a day in his life. And random NPCs fill in the rest. But the lift starts up. You can see out over the... Lemire Sea. What did I say? Anyway, you can see out over the sea and the bay to the south. The bands that aren't metal are all glass around you, so it's a pretty cool experience to go, I don't know, maybe... No, you probably wouldn't have had the chance to actually ride this before because it didn't make sense. But you were taking the gamble on this one just to look like you played the part of whatever you're trying to pretend to be. But it's maybe like a 10-minute ride up.
All right. Anyone interesting? And anyone talking to on this ride?
Make a perception check.
All right. Let's see. Nope, that's persuasion. Perception.
Jeez,
Wait.
man.
Did I do? Oh yeah, I did. Holy shit!
It doesn't matter. You're
20.
Wow.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Sorry, mine,
welcome to the board.
Mine was a little slow. Mine didn't update.
Yeah. So you notice that the two different individuals in the elevator. Your perception is crazy accurate as you scan the lift, and folks are, giving different glances to each other or just the body language around you. You notice one of the dignitaries has the same kind of invitation that you have sticking out of a pocket. Like you see the corner that has a little like gold filigree on it that looked like it cost way too much to put on a piece of paper. And then the young human male also has one, just kind of... It's folded in his hand, but he's just kind of tapping it against his leg as he's waiting to go up. The dignitary is like a very old... which one do I want to... Wait, Brandon, don't think out loud. What are you doing?
Yes. Think out loud, Brandon.
Please read all of your notes out loud. No, I'm kidding.
Tell us
I don't have
exactly
notes.
what you want.
So you notice two individuals that might be worth talking to. An older statesman, like political gentleman. He's
No, you guys keep going. Sorry.
I'm answering your question, but
Emily was just she disconnected from Discord, so she wasn't able to hear us.
whoops. That'll let you fall asleep.
Like,
Why doesn't anybody talk?
yeah, like really quiet and Yeah, please aloud, and I'm just y'all been really quiet.
Yeah, it's weird when everybody shuts up in a game. So you've got a political figure that looks like they are headed to the same place you are, and you have a young human gentleman that is kind of looks a little nervous almost. He's just like the body language is like he's tapping, he's waiting. You don't know if it's the elevator or just that he's unsure for some reason. But both of them look like they're on the same path you are.
Okay. And I don't recognize, like, if one of them is like a politician, any idea, or even just how important he is.
You
Like, he doesn't have any sigils or jewelry or anything that would denote a difference of rank.
No, he's just got kind of like a common.
Like, would I know? Could I walk up to him and be like, "Ah, yes, council member," or like, does he have? Is there a title that I might know of that I can associate with him?
No.
Okay.
So he has a general outfit that is common to like the bureaucrats in the court system in the royal quarter. So what you keyed off of him was that you know he's someone who is a mover and a shaker in the town, like in the politics. You don't recognize his face. You just know, oh, that's the kind of dignitary outfit that we see moving around in the royal palace and some of the senate buildings and all that stuff.
Okay. Well, I will kind of look at the rest of my group, and I'll just kind of shrug and say, "Well, seems the party's already started." And I'll mosey on over to this politician and his human friend or companion. Yeah, exactly. I shift.
You have a fair amount of room in the lift. It's 20
Okay.
feet across, and
I mean,
there
I
were
shift.
only yeah.
I shift noticeably closer to the politician. Yep. We're all just standing there. Well, this is what I do. I crammed in an elevator with some shitty elevator music, and I turn to him and I say, "Nice weather we're having, right?" No,
You're already up against him. You just rotate.
So I mosey on over, and I'd like to greet him. I'd like to say, I guess I would just like to say, greeting, friends. What a wonderful evening it is it not?
And you are?
Yes, the name is Seth Ethos. You may have heard of me. I'm one of the researchers here at... Shit, what's the name of the city?
Misthay.
Misthay. Here in Misthay.
Really? What research are you into?
Oh, I research power and ancient knowledge, spells that revolve more in the realm, you could say, offensive, destructive capability. In fact, perhaps my work precedes me. I'll tell you this, sir. Are you familiar with I'm gonna just come up with forest name because I don't know. Are there any forest names around the city that you know, or can I just like any forest near the city?
It's largely desert outside of the city.
Ah, shit. What could there have been a forest nearby that I might have burned down? Oh, actually, that's perfect. Well, you see, I was doing some I was doing some minor research into spells of the deity caliber, and I may have turned half the desert into glass. Have you heard of that incident, the Black Sands incident?
Make a deception check.
Oh shit! I'm gonna roll a 1.
I know, so
I've
many
got a
20s.
-1 too. I can roll. Ooh, there it is.
Well, your ego is certainly impressive.
No. This is not ego at all. This is pure result and fact.
Right.
But enough about me. I didn't catch your name, sir.
That's because I didn't give it.
Well,
Look,
one would call that rude, would they not? I
One
take
might.
it that your upbringing was more noble than that.
You've at least got a good eye about you.
I'd like to make a joke. Actually, one would say I have 2 good eyes.
He just sighs. What are you looking for?
Well, I was merely past the time, and I couldn't help but notice that you have an invitation. Oh, God damn it! What's his name? What's this fucker's name?
Endikar
To
Delespis.
I couldn't help but notice you have an invitation to Indikar Delespis's party, just as I do. And I thought, well, the party might as well start now.
Marius, you notice the younger human like perk up and look over to focus. He'd been kind of looking out the window, just kind of taking in the view when Seth mentions the party. But yeah, the dignitary just kind of blinks a couple times. Well, what did you say your name was again?
Seth Ethos.
Well, interesting, Seth. You seem to run in unexpected circles. Yes, that's where I'm headed right now as well. He's not really... actually, roll me a perception check. Okay, yeah, he's not really doing anything. It's just, like, he seemed to be, idly, twitching around with the invitation in his hand, waiting for the lift, and then... Yeah, so it's been like folded in his hand, and he's just been kind of tapping it on his leg, which Seth initially noticed, but as you are just scanning the room and you picked up on that, you see that he's got one in his hand as well. But there's not like any additional movements happening. He just kind of calmed or slowed, and is now, you can tell he's eavesdropping directly on this conversation. Yeah, sure. Why not? He just reaches over and takes some. Thanks. Well, I don't have. Roll me a persuasion check.
I didn't get the name of this other guy yet, did I?
No, not yet. Hold on. They're both happening at the same time.
Okay, no, let him do his thing first.
Yeah, so you actually, I probably should have made that charisma, but whatever. We're gonna roll with it. Yeah, so he just kind of, you see him kind of relax in his shoulders a little bit because he hasn't been talking to anybody, and you get the sense that like you're the first place he can unload some of this nervous energy to. I'm here because the researcher that I just started interning for got this party or invite, not party. Oh man, got this invitation and didn't have the time to go. But he said our firm should still show up with some kind of presence. And man, this guy sounds like he's loaded. And I just don't want to mess this up. Yeah, Terran. Elias Terran. He, like, you've probably heard the name come up once or twice, just in, like, nothing you've worked with, just people talking about, like, different assignees and, like, tasks and requests and stuff. So you don't have a sense of like what he specifically researches or how he's helping the city in what regard, but it's just one of the other archivists. Yeah, okay. I can do that. What? Okay. You learn his name is Pete. That's as much as you get out of him. So back to you, Nick. Man, where did I leave off? So you kind of got a surprise reaction out of the politician. And then he says, apologies, I do get some randoms that just kind of wander up when they recognize the office and start requesting things, or, you know, anytime I have to get, you know, down to the lower levels, some folks just see the money,
yes, I'm quite familiar with the power that comes with your...
Anyway, the name is Xander Gond. And yes, I was invited by Mr. Gillespie as well. Interested to see what he's brought back from his latest foray. It's always...
most exciting, isn't it?
It's always good networking opportunities, and he never skimps on the meals.
Oh, you're right about that.
So what specific... Well, no, I mean, never mind. I'm thinking out loud.
No, please do.
What did you say your specific focus, talent, research was? Something about glass?
No, that was one of my many projects during my numerous years of research. No, that was just an experiment. The Black Glass event, I did write a book about it. Feel free to look into it. No, I focus in, and I kind of, to be a little mysterious about it, I kind of like look left and right to make sure that nobody is like, I mean, I guess I see Pete listening in, but I don't really care about him listening in, so I look left and right, make sure no one's listening, and I kind of lean over, and I just whisper, power.
And the lift hits the top. He gives you this... I don't know, you can't tell if he's nauseous or if he was surprised by the fact that you were whispering in his ear, or if what you said actually surprised him, but he just kind of squints and... Well, anyway, see you at the party, and kind of backs out as the gates open up.
Ah, yes. I will see you there, my friend. But I say friend, not like super like, ah, yes, my good friend. I just say it in like a sort of casual way.
Like you do.
Exactly.
Right. So the rest of the crowd in the elevator filters out. Pete just kind of comes to the side of you for a second, Marius, and he's like, should I follow you, or should I just, like, if I see you there, and like... Okay,
I'd like to say Seth is kind of glaring at Marius now, and he's like internally doing a cost-benefit analysis of what having Pete follow them around might do to their mission.
Well, thanks for the advice. I think there's a couple things I want to try that you mentioned on the way up. Just, networking and stuff, right? If I'm floundering, I can come find you. Yeah. Okay. I'll do that. I hope you have a good time, and me too. Okay. Thanks. And he just kind of hustles out. The rest of you then step off at the upper level. You can see off to your right, kind of in the distance, like the large circular... Are you... No, I'm not even going to go there. They're like large cylindrical buildings with a big domed roof, kind of a flat dome. And you can... Those are the palatial... like where the Magister runs court and all this stuff. And then there's just other general busy streets as you stare across from where the lifts step off. But there's one massive thoroughfare that kind of arcs across the northwest quarter of the city. Everyone just kind of refers to it as Main Street. Because that's just what you do when you're coming up with names for streets. So you have a pretty straight shot most of the way around. There is a large gated, or that's not fully gated. There's like a guard checkpoint at a couple different spots along the end of the main street through the corner as it hits where the Opal Terrace starts, because it's actually a walled section of the city. Not like spikes and towering walls, but you have to pass through specific entrance points to get into this quarter. As you walk up, you see a couple of the Azure Guard, who aren't the mercenaries, they're just the regular rank and file military that Nisthe employs. They owe their allegiance to the Magister himself, and they're standing at guard at one of the access points into the Opal Terrace. As you come up, they're just kind of stopping people before they go through. Some folks are showing like a symbol of rank, or there are other folks that you see have like a regular... It's not a document, it's like a long ovaloid symbol that's just, as like, I own property in here, so I'm allowed in. Other folks they just recognize by face because they come through all the time. But then when you guys step up, a hand goes up. It's like, halt. I need some form of access. Oh, yes. Mr. Gillespie's party. Right. Enjoy yourselves. And you make your way through. Most of the homes you can't see directly, because as you go through the streets that split off into various neighborhoods, almost everyone has walled property in the Opal Terrace. So you see lots of gates. You see various like personally owned security or butlers or whatever, and everything in between at access points, or just everything's closed off behind like nice walls festooned with vines and different things. But you make your way most of the way south in the district until you get to a wide. So it's probably like a 30-foot, like very nicely decorated wood, like not from this area, like a dark purple wood almost, fence that opens in the middle. That's already open, and it's a long kind of arched. Well, from your perspective, it curves up and then out of sight. Walkway, carriageway into the grounds, but you have Damask and Hound counterparts stopping people, checking invitations before they go through the open gateway to Endikar's estate. And you guys roll up to these. The line is much shorter than what you were in to get into the terrace in general, but there's some folks ahead of you. You see Pete's already gone through. He's actually halfway down the walkway. And then you guys all roll up. Again, literally. Is... What am I looking for? Okay. So, Sheik's... What's the approach here? Like, how are you guys walking up? So he's just the dude that's behind your wheelchair? Okay.
Just like as little attention as possible.
Okay. So, yeah, no, that works. You guys roll up as a group. There's two gentlemen there. Both look. I mean, they look like they've cleaned up their armor somewhat. It seems pretty well polished. And he's just kind of the first of you. Just hands over whoever's first in line. Hands over an invitation, and the rest of you, I guess, just hold him up or somehow. And he looks down the invitation, just kind of scans the group. 1, 2 beats. Right, well, what? Well, everyone's like just stops before. This is just as you've watched the line progressing. This was like the ID check. Like, do you have your invitation? So he's just kind of scanning everybody. And then finally, man, this guy invites the weirdest crews. Anyway, looks in order. Enjoy the party.
Thank you, good sir.
So you guys continue up and over the carriageway. You come up to a building, he said very undescriptively as he looks at something.
A picture.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Oh, right. I've got 2 copies of it. That's why I'm like, oh, nothing's missing. Why? No, it's a very impressive, like, entranceway, building, whatever. What you're looking at is a 2-story, dark brown brick structure with like these massive cherry wood doors that are probably 25 feet tall and like 30 feet wide. So these are just, each door is 15 feet itself. and they're both open and facing out, so it's like a nice inviting entryway. But you can also see into the interior. This very decadently decorated marble floor. There's some gold banisters up, like a very rich, like ochre, or not ochre. It's like another amber. There we go. Rich amber carpetway that like rolls down this long set of stairs up into a second floor. The building has like one massive tower on the right, and it is more squat on the left. And then you can kind of hear the crashing of the ocean off in the distance. You can't see it yet because the walkway just kind of widens out until it meets the edges of the building. And then the grounds just are walled off past that into the neighbors' properties. But you're able to walk up to the front of the building. There are 2 Damascus Hound security detail on either side of the entryway as you walk in. I also need... Okay. But you walk into the sound of lots of different people having conversations.
You're back, by the way.
Everyone's leaving.
Ah, yes. And then it was just you and I.
There's music being played in the background.
Seth would like to cast the biggest fireball he's ever cast and burn the whole place to the ground.
The end.
Did Seth notice any gardens or like any outdoor areas on his way in?
No, from what Seth can tell, Endikar has xeriscaped the front of his house.
Okay. Well then, whenever I get the chance, I'd like to kind of peruse the party layout. You know, just check out who all is there, see if I recognize anyone, but also kind of the yard.
All right. When everyone else joins us again, we'll start perusing the party.
Bitchin'. All right. Well, Bradley's back. We're waiting for Az to come back now. No.
Oh, heck no.
She is asleep. She is knocked out, dude. What?
Oh my god.
What did you say? I don't know what that is.
Good answer, Nick. Date rape drug.
Oh, okay. What's the thing? Hydrogen peroxide? No.
If you've got a wound.
There we go.
There you go.
That's the thing I was thinking of. That's what I thought it was when you said it. That like you said something. I was like, no.
Oh
and
my
then
god!
You said it again, and I was like, is that chloroform?
It's like accidental good guy. I'm gonna, fill this cloth with your hydrogen peroxide and then put it on your wound.
Oh no! I gave you chloroform instead. I'm gonna be honest. I think she's been asleep for a while now. I can't tell though because she's laying on top of me. So yeah, it was a busy day. Dave and Buster's was just the end of the day.
I'm back.
No, Monday morning.
I'm back.
Ooh, full weekend.
Yep.
Yes. All right, so you guys have arrived at the entrance to the party. There's a good population. Lots of folks in pretty well-to-do attire, different ages and races. It's mostly humans, elves, half-elves, some halflings, but the population of the city is largely human bent. And there's conversations happening all throughout the place, different corners. There's just kind of that low hum of discussion. Laughter, some drinks clinking, some folks walking around with different platters of snacks. Sorry, it's a mansion. They're hors d'oeuvres, they're not snacks. You walk in and are flanked by two Damascus Hound security detail that are next to some rather large tropical-looking plants. In front of you is a large staircase, like easily 4 people wide, that goes up to a second floor balcony that looks out down into the main foyer, so it's maybe 15 feet up. The ceiling's probably 40 feet above you. There's different kinds of paintings on the walls. A lot of them are featuring different, like, it's portraiture of a very tan-skinned, elderly elven gentleman in bizarre khaki outfit with like a pith helmet, having conquered various, or in poses where he's conquered various monsters. Roll. Anybody who wants to roll an insight check.
And are you? Oh, worst roll of the night.
That's okay. The DC was really low. You are pretty sure that these are pictures of Endicar de Lesbos.
Ah, okay, cool. Is it because they're all the same?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
got a nice, well-detailed golden monocle in his left eye.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I just got a message and I have to find my phone. There it is. Because it just vibrated my entire desk. That is not an emergency. Boom. Cool. But yeah, as you scan the room, or actually, no, I'm gonna. The rest of what you see, you are at the entrance, the foyer of this mansion. You see the stairs leading up, but there's like a velvet rope right across the bottom of the stairwell. As you walk through, one of the guard on your left, because you see the guard on your right kind of nod to him, says, "Welcome to Endicar's party. Both wings of the library have the artifacts on display. Plenty of food to eat out in the courtyard. Please enjoy your stay." But otherwise, yeah, really, right? Otherwise, what you see are a closed door to your right, a closed door to your left, which are probably 30 feet off each. It's a pretty large foyer. And then instead of looking at the wide staircase directly in front of you, if you look to the left and the right, you see open doors out into a courtyard that has lots of small groups mingling. So what would you like to do? Well, in the central room, actually, give me a perception check if you're just scanning the room you just walked into. So you note lots of artwork on the walls. Nothing that looks like any kind of artifact being on display. This just seems to be like a nice, large, opulent entryway meeting area. You spot like the door on your left opens and closes a couple times with some servants moving through, and you think you catch the corner of like a long table. But that's about it. Sorry, what? Okay. You didn't spot him in the scan of this room, but you're pretty sure he's just still here in general. Okay. Here, I tell you what, since you guys... This would probably make it easier on you. I'm going to... Wrong button. You... Wait, how do I position you? Here's... Where's lock token? What? Isn't that coming through? Oh man, I'm sorry. I thought that was way quieter or way louder than it was. Is that too loud?
I mean, I heard it, but I have it turned up really high.
Okay. It's alright. As long as I'm not drowning myself out. So where did it put you guys? Why can't I just drop you into a location? Oh, I gotta grab you off the... I got it. Yep. Sorry. I know. Actually, Ramon's gotta be behind you. Adrian, you're there. Oh, oh man, I gotta retcon how they... Oh, I forgot about her wolf. Man! Alright, who am I forgetting? Mono! There you are. Okay, so... I apologize for the pixelation. I actually saved this file a little early. But anyway. Shut up.
It is an improvement.
You can see out the door into the courtyard because the doors are open.
It didn't take 10 years to load.
You can also see... Wow.
Where's Nick?
He's there.
Being a quiet person.
Sometimes. He has his abilities. But yeah, you see...
That's not one of them.
So you've got the staircase in front of you, you've got the two guards and the plants around you, you've got the doors past the staircase, out into the courtyard. The door to the right on this map is the one that you saw a table through. And then there's a lot of people that I didn't add to the map because that would be like, yay. There's a general crowd throughout the building. It's not shoulder to shoulder. It's more like clusters talking about various things, splitting to talk to other people. You know, like there's a. I would say if you took just a random guess looking around, there's probably about 100 people in this building right now.
Okay.
So there's actually a velvet rope across the front of the stairway, and you don't see anybody up on the staircase right now. Actually, wait, give me a perception check real quick. Yeah, you don't see anybody upstairs. Oh, well, hold on. Yeah. I asked you to roll it earlier when you were scanning the room. You do see somebody up on the upper level. Just generally, nope, that's nothing. What am I looking? Oh my God! How do I move? There we go. That's the button. You see one very bored-looking Damascus hound, just up against a wall upstairs, and there's a doorway up there on the right from your perspective. So on the left on the map. To the right on the map, you don't see anything happening. It's like the balcony just ends. But he's just kind of hanging out against a wall.
Hmm.
So I leave it open to you guys how you want to proceed through the party. Yeah, you can see, folks in chatting in general. There's like a corner of a table through the doorway.
I heard doggo in the back.
Yeah, that's my microphone, sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also my dog, but...
Oh yeah, that's their microphone. I think you need to get that checked out. Might want to get that checked out, bro.
my microphone barks sometimes. Nick, you still with us?
I don't think
Nick?
he didn't respond to my teasing. He always responds to my teasing.
You don't want to, like, shoot a fireball at things randomly and burn the whole house down? Oh.
Like, I think he, for once, is...
Oh my god.
I would have... I mean, I would have guessed I would have been the one passed out. Like,
Sure,
I feel like
okay.
it's a casino all day, drinking.
Alright, I'm gonna... You get out here. You get a pretty good view. So... Wait, what? Oh, night image. Hold on. Sorry, I'm not as fast at this as I want to be. Well, it's just where you are right now. So, you've got a large stone terrace out ahead of you. There's nice, opulent, carved benches along various walls. There's some stained glass and regular glass that reach up to the ceiling on the exterior walls of the mansion. There's two sets of, again, like rich cherry wood doorways that lead in to the left or the right. There's some tables that have various clusters of people centered around. You've got a bar with a barman serving folks just kind of sidled up And there's other random servants moving about the space with trays of drinks and various hors d'oeuvres. You've got along the railing out over the ocean. Folks are gathered here and there, just staring out at the view. But you do see two Damascus Hound detail between some of the trees, just kind of scanning the area, keeping an eye, as well as two more up along the side of the walls. And so it looks like the second story is only on the left side of the map. The right side just seems to have very nice, like, slate roofing. Although the ceiling of the actual building is probably 20 feet up. So nothing like that you can open. Just like solid glass, tall windows. You can actually, peering through, you can see like edges of bookshelves off to the right side of the map. At the bottom wing, and similarly on the left side. Nothing that looks like an entryway into the second floor necessarily. Actually, you do see one window. It's probably, like, I would say 5 feet wide, and maybe 7 feet tall, that looks into an upper floor. Maybe, oh, man, I wish I could just, like, ping the map for you. Do you see where the bench is to the left of you guys? I would say, like, another 10 feet in and up. So it looks like you've got a little bit of a slate roof over where that bench is, and then you can see the second floor, and that's where you see the window. There's just a general hallway that goes here, let me, like that. So there's a hallway that goes around the bend to both sides. Oh yeah. So you see more wall, a closed door. So it seems to mirror the other side. Was that Morse code, Az?
Fuck, my headset unplugged.
Does that mean you didn't hear us?
Nope. Oh.
Yeah.
Currently,
So,
I'm assuming that you went out, and you were just.
Hey, Marius, give me one more perception check now that you rolled out onto the patio.
And I'll follow you. I'll just follow you around, basically.
Okay, so you see many different clusters of folks having conversation, doing the general mingling, networking thing, showing off fancy jewelry, all that stuff. You spot at the table.
Does this mean I actually have to get out of my bed to move tokens? God damn it. Okay.
Oh right, I didn't lock anything. Yay!
Yeah, well, good you didn't.
So at this table, you spot someone who matches the imagery that you saw on many of the paintings, having some interesting conversation with various listeners. Yeah, that one. maybe 5 or 6 different folks right now, just listening to him telling a story. Sure. So as you roll closer, you start to hear snippets of conversation. Things like... Hold on. Still finding my notes again. And drinking water. A dozen diggers that had managed to find the doorway first tried opening it. Acid sprays all around! After we cleaned up the mess, we marked the trigger they had failed to notice. And some laughter at different things. Some noises kind of get in your way, and then you come back to it. It's like, most recruits were fresh hands from overseas without family, so thankfully I never had to pay most of them. Ha ha ha, what luck! And then some more questions and blah, 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 various crowd noises. When a heavy blade swung down and nearly sliced me in two. Luckily, some poor sort in front of me was was closer and took the brunt of it. But I managed to dodge most of the blood.
Okay, out of character, obviously. What the fuck?
Give me an insight check.
Probably a braggart.
I mean, he sounds pretty honest. It doesn't sound like he... I mean, when you listen to the context or the content of the conversation, you don't get the sense he really did anything. It sounds like everybody else around him suffered a fair bit,
And he just didn't.
as you sit there listening, he's starting into another story. Like you're paying attention to a lot of stuff around you. You're keeping eyes on the soldiers, and then the conversation kind of wafts back into your perception. You get set upon by bandits on the way back, but I quickly shouted, "Protect the treasure cart at the end of the line!" and then made haste forward while our cook's cart was swarmed. All they earned themselves with a rather expensive mess kit. Don't shout at Nick and Channel.
Useless.
But yeah, he's like getting, various kinds of faked uproarious laughter around him as he finishes these little anecdotes.
Usually Nick isn't the one that just...
To be fair, he's in a different time zone right now, but he's also been in that time zone before. I don't know.
Like, I'm in the middle of, like, it's 2:28 for me. It's like,
Yeah.
where is he? Okay, so he's probably suffering.
Yeah, I mean, he did bowl and go to Dave & Buster's, man. I don't know.
And I went to, hey, as much as he went bowling and went to Dave & Buster's, I went to fucking Shreveport, got drunk off my ass, gambled away $50, and walked around the boardwalk for 3 hours.
Today?
Yes, the
That's
detox one.
impressive.
So, as much as he should be tired, I should be tireder.
I mean, it sounds like he finished building it, but if he was, like, building it from scratch again, then he's probably had, like, OS installs and stuff to do.
All
He-
the usual.
He told me as much that, well, because he's talking to us on his phone. He told me as much that, like, I promise this isn't, like, me trying to just, like, ghost on you guys. I really did have to fix it, and I want to play again, so I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt.
I'm interested to meet him.
Yeah, there's just kind of random traffic, so you get kind of random glimpses. Both. There's just folks kind of walking out, having conversation with each other. Servants just walking around with trays. They're not locked by any means. They open freely. The Damascus hounds towards the corners are just kind of doing general scans. Like, they don't look hostile at all. They're just like they're earning their gold, making their presence known. But just as long as you guys know we're here, it's cool.
But yeah. But as a side note, at this point, I don't know what to say because it's just us two, and I'm playing a character that doesn't talk more than one word.
No, you're fine. Sure. Where do you want to go? I said sure. Where do you want to go? Okay. Okay.
We
So.
end up in combat. I think that it's gonna be like too much to handle if we do end up in combat. That's a note.
Whoops. Wrong button. I'll just give you. So we got. Yeah, so you take a quick tour. Oops. Sorry, I'm learning how to unmask. You take a quick tour through the lower level.
Well, somebody's back.
What you gather is... Oh, and I gotta mask some folks. Hold on real quick. Because you just roll everywhere, because you can do that. Promise I could be faster at this, but I'm not.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick.
As
Oh
I
my
said,
God.
somebody's back.
So you roll through, and what you go through on both the double doors, you see the connecting hallways from the main foyer. Both are different libraries that have some plinths toward the back walls on either side that are showing off different artifacts. To the left, you have two different tablets. The upper and the lower plinths are tablets showing, or what's the word? Stela. They're about 2 feet long. They're 10 inches wide. They're depicting like winged humanoids bestowing gifts upon like crawling human figures. That you see, like things in their hands look like basic tools, books, like a glowing light symbol. In the middle is this weird, like, chalice drinking horn kind of thing, with just festooned with jewels and different things. On the right, you've got like this. At the bottom, there's just this funky teapot that just has like tons of stone filigree built into it. It looks like old earthenware. In the middle is this kind of squat, dark onyx bird statue with like glowing, not glowing, but like shining ruby eyes, and these weird like currents of red built into the stone that kind of sweep back along the wings and the spine of the bird. I mean, you might even wager it was a Caliphan egret, and then above it is this cool kind of it's an enchanted sculpture. So there's these diamond sparrows that are slowly flapping around in slow motion, in like this tight circle around a central emerald-encrusted silver cylinder. And then they're actually slowly moving. But then the door at the north of the right library, you saw people moving in and out. You saw little glimpses of like kitchen operations going on. But then both rooms have several different guard details situated around them. Yeah, that you would wager is the object you're looking for. Nick, you missed that they're situated near the table that the actual artifact collector has been telling stories from.
Okay.
And also, where do you want to be? Because you're at the doorway right now.
Okay. Real quick, did I find out anything about in regards to my inquiry as to whether or not there's any grounds state that I could create a distraction on?
Wait, what?
Like, I wanted to know if there was a garden because I was going to set his garden on fire.
No.
Okay.
No, it's xeriscaped in the front, and then there's walls close to the end of the actual structure. It's about 2 feet tall and 1.5 feet wide and about 2 feet deep. So there's windows along the backside. I would say there's one that spans between the egret and the rotating bird column that goes up about 15 feet. And another one in a similar structure at a mirrored position to the south of that. And same in the other library. No, it's as wide as like if you go from the middle of the top plinth to the middle of the egret plinth. So I'd say like, I don't know, 10 feet? Yeah. It's letting in a bunch of light. Nick, you have the map, yeah?
Yeah, I have the map. It just makes sense of it real quick. Yeah, just tired.
Bowling takes it out of you, man.
Yeah, I'm getting tired too. So that's what I do with that boat, dude.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it's been a couple weekends since we've actually done this. A lot of practice.
If you think you're out of practice, dude, I've been gone for like
Let's say 2 months.
2 months.
3 might be pushing it.
Well, I'm gonna just stick with my companions then. I guess we were going to like do like all this distraction thing, but I guess we're not.
So far you guys are just like randomly mingling, and somehow Adrian's wolf isn't upsetting anybody.
Excuse me. Yeah, let's just we're gonna mingle with the others for now.
So you, Marius kind of did a scan of the floor. There's artifacts on the left, some Stella and stuff. There's artifacts on the right, but your bird is the center target on the right.
Nice.
Yeah, that smaller circle. There you go.
The 5-foot one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
As you guys are kind of still sitting here just taking in the various social scene, Marius, you do hear Endikar's voice kind of drop to a hushed tone, a little bit.
Get back 1 sec while you rest, but continue on.
And now that Az is gone, we can say, but he's mentioning there's even some artifacts that I don't have on display because they seem specifically interesting. And, if anybody's specifically interested or inclined to some arcane nature, I might even take them up for, just a quick exhibit. It's pretty interesting. And a couple of the folks at the table kind of like, oh yeah, I'd love to. And he quickly like shushes them. He's like, no, not you. I mean, you're just a banker, and you work with paper. I mean, oh gosh, I'm gonna have to scan the party for somebody of a more interesting nature. Anyway, yes, and enjoy my food and drink, and I'm so glad you showed up. Yes, she starts making small talk again, like placating people's egos. If you wait, if you wait for a minute, he's doing the dismissive, like, oh, lovely to see you. Remember, I hope your son's doing well in Scholar. And then starts to just scan the patio for, more of his guests. Yeah, no, So you see him kind of look over you and then back, and then as he scans back, he sees kind of the hand up, like, it just perks up a little bit and then wanders over. Hello, I don't think I've met you yet. Oh, Jonathan, well, lovely. I'm so glad you got my invitation. He reaches out and tries to shake your hand. Yep, he kind of clasps it in both, and it's kind of limp, but, exuberant at the same time. I do hope you're enjoying the party and the festivities, and have you got a chance to see the artifacts yet? Brilliant collection I brought back from the Alabaster Oasis. We were just a little bit of a south.
I'm back.
Really? Roll a persuasion check real quick. Yeah. Tell me, what is your relationship with the arcane or those studies? Okay. Sure, give me a persuasion with advantage. Sure. Oh, yes, Colin. Oh, God, I do remember working with him before. I'm so glad he's still interested. Sure, oh, goodness gracious. I don't have an elevator, but the artifact that I brought back is upstairs. Fascinating, fascinating. Do meet me up at the top of the landing then. Maybe I can. Yeah, if this would secure. Oh, that would be perfect. I would love to show it off to you. Yes, it's a very interesting find. Right, I'll give me a moment. There's a couple more people I need to talk to, but if you meet me upstairs. And he kind of shakes your hand again in a simple kind of limp-wristed but exuberant, like, shaking fashion, the way an elderly elf would do. And then kind of moseys off to the left on the map there. Okay. So you just... You're gonna have Mono just, like, lift you? Shrek!
Seth still has the floating disc as an option. Oh, yes, sure, fine. It's not like we have magic for a reason. Please, a man of his stature, if you can't cast a simple levitation spell, such as the floating disc. Yes, and we reek of desperation as we wait here. I'm gonna eat some hors d'oeuvres. Seth eats hors d'oeuvres. There we go. Yes.
Horse d'oeuvres.
Yes, those.
They're delicious. It's like a interesting kind of smoked shaved beef on top of like a cracker with some cream cheese underneath.
Now tell me, could it be cooked just a little bit more?
No?
No, I want an excuse to just like cook it a little bit more myself, but if they're actually that delicious, then I'll eat some, no complaints.
It's better than what you've had in quite some time.
Okay.
So Endikar comes back around to your left out of the patio after kind of waving and nodding and replacing his monocle again. And sees you at the bottom of the stairs and hurries over. Oh, right! And gives a nod and a wave to both of the Damascus hounds that are behind you guys, still at the door. And kind of sidesteps the velvet rope at the bottom. So I'm going to give you guys... No, wrong button. The second floor. With him looking bored as hell because no one's allowed up here. But you ascend the stairs without issue from help between Shriek and Mono, and not requiring Seth's help.
That's okay.
But the Damascus hound there against the wall as you guys approach, it kind of gives a, hey, wait, you're, oh, right, and just gives like a half salute to Endikar. Carry on, sir. And he makes his way through the one door that seems to be up here, and you guys enter his private chambers. At which point, he motions over to this round table in the corner, and you see sitting there. It looks like if you took, think of like a crystal, right? That looks almost glass, see-through, but you can still see like the shaved corners, like someone was rough cutting a gem. It sits flat on the table, and is maybe a foot tall, that flares out a little bit at the base, but then comes to a point at the top. So it's just like a bulbous crystal kind of structure. And in the center, you see just kind of frozen in space this like skeletal scorpion, bone colored, just bent at the back, stuck in this crystal space. No, it's clear. It's bizarre. It looks like it's glass, but it's cut like a gemstone, like a rough cut gemstone. Yeah, the body language, he's just calling you over, and that seems to be like everywhere else around the room. You see like a very nice canopied bed, a fireplace that's just like glowing low, a series of bookshelves that have all manner of scrolls sticking out of them, some maps that have fallen down, and then a ton of books basically. But
he doesn't happen to be a fan of Seth's right, does he?
Do a quick perception check. This is one of the artifacts I've found.
Nope.
Where? Hold on. I was gonna see if I had a specific note on this or not. Alright, cool. There were several items, to include the... maybe you saw the onyx bird downstairs. Several items that were locked behind a set of sealed doors. Several series of traps before them. Honestly, I had to go through a few different recruitment rounds to find enough people to finally, clear them for me. But the final result, some very fascinating artifacts. I actually I paid a man to do quite a bit of research around this, and I haven't tried it myself, but based on the structure of this and how it compares to some historical notes, apparently it has quite an interesting magical effect where if you try to commune with it, if you spend time focusing in on it and ask it a specific question or just kind of question into it, it will tell you an utter truth about the plane of your existence. Well, I haven't tried it yet. And I don't want to, I pride myself on, the top quality. I mean, we left so many artifacts behind, right? Utter garbage or things that I could tell weren't worthy of time, but the research into this one, I mean, it looked so fancy, right? I haven't seen anything like it before, and it seemed so well protected. But, I mean, no one, the man I talked to that did the research, he wasn't willing to try and test it out either, so, it was very interesting, but I wanted to make sure that only those with, a penchant for the arcane, someone that would appreciate the potent magics within that it must have, would be, checking, perusing such an item.
I agree with my colleague here. This is quite the beautiful piece. And this is a bit of my own curiosity, but if you could commune with such a thing, what would you ask of it?
Oh goodness, I haven't quite. I mean, there aren't many answers that can't be reached with my resources.
Yeah, and I put my hand out and I introduce myself as Seth Ethos.
Mr. Ethos, pleasure to meet you. An accomplished wizard, you say? What would I know your work from?
Are you familiar with the black sand experiment?
No?
Don't travel those parts, eh? Yeah, there was this experiment Seth had, and he ended up literally turning this whole section of the desert into just a field of black glass. I'm making that canon.
Let's just say it's not as big as Seth thought it was.
No, he
and lots of things change in the desert.
Well, he exaggerates the size of it. Yeah. He exaggerates the size of it, but it's because he's repeated the same experiment numerous times. So there's several places in the desert that are
lots of different people might have the tale of the black sands.
Yeah, but you may be unfamiliar with my, as it is oftentimes dangerous and. Quite frankly, there aren't many who appreciate it.
Right.
Yes. I have written several books, however, but perhaps you've read them, perhaps you've not.
Oh, well, I'll have to ask my buyer to find your publisher.
Absolutely. I would be delighted if you were to partake in that. Absolutely. There's so much to learn.
I mean, I agree with you. I would love to learn about, interesting arcane secrets. I just seem just a bit tapped. You're trying to tell him to do it?
Well, I was gonna say I could.
Sure. Roll a 30. Right. Yes, I should try it. Yes, I will, of course. You've seen the paintings? I can conquer many things. That's not the guy, that's Seth. So he kind of adjusts his khaki shirt and straightens his pith helmet, puts his monocle straightened a little bit more. Oh, absolutely. Like 200%. And then you see him turn toward the crystal, and he places his hands on it, and you just see him focus for a while.
Do I notice anything happen? Crystal? Like magic?
Do you notice anything magical happen?
Yeah, I mean, you know, fucking wizard. I would expect to be able to sense, be able to see when magic is happening.
You have a spell to check if magic is happening.
Yeah, but I'm proficient in Arcana, so I feel like I could apply my Arcana as like an Arcana check, see if that actually, like, if this artifact, yeah, like, does this artifact check out as like legit? Like, is somebody just overselling this guy on this piece and just saying, "Oh yeah, this is a fucking amazing magical artifact"? Like, is that legit, or is somebody just overselling him and saying like, "Oh yeah, you found a really awesome piece out in the middle of nowhere"?
Here, 1 second, then I'll have you do a check. Hold on. Freaking. Okay, sorry. I'm back.
Welcome back.
I needed tissue and it was so far away. And my headphone cord isn't that long. Yeah, give me an Arcana check. Let's see.
Cool.
I think I'm probably gonna have to get a sleep on.
Hold on for 5 minutes, Az. 5 minutes.
Why 5?
Because I already rolled. Yeah, you get a sense that the you didn't, like, you aren't good enough just on your own senses to tell exactly what kind of magic is bound in this thing. But as he put his hands on it and then just started to focus in, and it really, you saw his intent actually close on the object, like he's never tried this before and he's actually committing to it. You get a sense that, like, a heat energy kind of comes off the crystal just a little bit, and you see the scorpion inside twitch. And you notice it's not a regular colored creature. It's like very calcified. It looks like bone colored. And just then, Endikar stands up, and his eyes look a little glassy, and you just hear him say, "I understand." And then he kind of turns away from the table, holds it in one hand, and you also hear him say, "I wish it so as well," and throws the crystal as hard as he can down onto the floor. It shatters. This like dark purple smoke just kind of emanates around you guys from where the crystal shattered, and it starts to billow up a bit in like a 5-foot sphere, and then grows out more, and then starts to coalesce, and then you see these like spindly, bony appendages start to just like flex and reach out from the smoke. Very sharp. Just fucking out of there. Nope. We're, nope, we're gone. Screw this job. As the smoke starts to collapse down, and you see this elongated, bone-colored, long-limbed, long-faced, just like every corner is bizarrely sharp and like drawn in behemoth in front of you. All of you roll me a religion check.
Not bother.
Yeah. So let me find.
God, I'm probably get to leave.
Man, Shriek
Nope, you're good.
Shriek has not found Jesus.
So, what you guys see in front of you, Marius, you immediately recognize a bone devil has broken out of the bottle. And it just kind of shakes its head and flexes its arms a bit and just reaches his hands out.
Thank you, Indica, for finally listening.
And I would need you all to roll initiative if it weren't 1 a.m.
This is fascinating.
Okay. That's what we'll be doing. Get back.
Apparently next week we're doing Nick's game.
Fuck, I want to finish. I want to know what's.
What we can do?
Your what is invisible?
What I was gonna say is, so what we can do? What we
Oh,
what,
I gotta
what
look at
we-
your character sheet.
What we could do is we do this is probably only gonna take like, unless we really drag on combat round, 30 minutes or so. And we could just do that, and then we continue on with the other campaign. Why are you playing Two Steps from Hell music?
Because the bone devil just showed up in your face, man. I don't know.
I don't know
I
about
just do
you
what I
guys,
do.
but Seth is faced with an opponent of immense power, and he will not let that stand. He says to the bone devil, "And what is it you are called?"
Egotistical little flea. You are faced by Heskest.
Well, Heskest, it's a... I'll let Marius finish.
Wait, what?
Technically, you don't need an. Well, technically, you don't need a name for banishment, but
Is that flavor or is that actually part of the spell?
flavor.
Okay, just making sense.
But that's not.
Oh.
Okay, well,
God damn, I want to
just letting the discussion play out.
I want to
If you guys actually want to do this, you need
Hey.
to roll initiative.
I'm
want
too
to fight
fucking
this.
tired, dude. I'm way too fucking tired.
I mean, we don't have to fight this now, but Seth wants
well-
to fight this.
If I'll say this, whatever your plan is going forward, then we'll pick that up whenever we come back to this,
Mhm.
whether that's next week or not.
Yeah. And maybe this could be something. I don't know if I don't know what your availability would be, Brandon. But this could even be something that maybe if we happen to have a time workout a little bit earlier, we could maybe jump into this. I know you got like kids and dogs and a whole routine that you.
If
got
it's
going
game
on.
night, I have permission to run it earlier, but usually that doesn't work out for somebody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm
Like
just saying
that.
if it miraculously works out, because I know there's been a couple times where, like Bradley, for example, I know is more often than not Bradley is the one letting us know like, oh hey guys, good to go today. I'm like ready and rare, and
That's like every week.
But yeah, but I was gonna.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I just always feel bad because I'm like, that's cool, but
Yeah. Like I said,
Well,
if it works for Bradley, normally I'm available. I mean,
Uh.
sometimes I'm out. But like,
as if you got to go, you can go, man. I can understand.
I was just trying to say one statement.
Mhm.
If this banishment works, then well, he might have a one-turn combat.
Could always happen. Who knows?
Well, if not,
Yeah, that would
Seth
say that
love to
ironically
kill a
timed
demon.
out really well.
Goodbye.
Hey, man. Sleep well. Welcome back.
All right, everybody. Yeah, we're gonna. I assume we're gonna wrap this up, right?
Sounds like it for now.
Okay, cool. Because I totally fell asleep for 20 minutes or 10 minutes. I don't know.
We were very. It was more than 10 minutes, dude. We were very
Okay.
amused at like, oh, even